This is Urdizzle with a little daily tourney action for the tournament ending on February 22nd. And I normally don't do commentary, but I thought this was a fun layout. So my bag for this layout's the Accurate Sticky Keystone, a bunch of Accurate Windbreaks, the Fuse, Compass, River, Musket, the Accurate Rule Explorer, the Accurate Fade Pioneer, which I'm going to use in a couple holes, the Accurate Glide Musket, and then the driver lineup of the Wind Glide Recoil, and a couple Ballista Pros, the Light Glide and the Glide Skip. So that Pioneer, the Accurate Fade, is what I use here on hole 1, which is Windswept, and I like it because it kind of fights through the trees and gives me that dive down into the basket. Not an easy one, but definitely easier with the Pioneer. And then hole 2, I like the Accurate Roll discs because when they hit the ground, they basically are like sticky. I mean, they just grab the ground and stop. So this one right about here, I thought for sure I had it. And if you watch closely, there's a little air bump that you get right there. That usually only happens with the wind to 3 and higher. And so I really thought I had the ace on that one. So I was a little disappointed I didn't get it, but we still got birdie. And again, even when it misses, it still stays pretty close. And then hole 3, we got a significantly harder wind. So now with the new updates, we don't have winds of 5. So that is the strongest wind of 4. But the Accurate Windbreak Musket just fights right through that. So very easily could have been ace birdie, but we'll take the ace birdie, which this round basically is all going to boil down to hole 4 right here. And this one is since the updates, there's a little more collision with the trees, and a wind of 3 is kind of dangerous, but right about here, so you notice you want it to creep just to the left of those branches, but not too far left. And once I'm through right here, I know I'm going to be right up there. And you could use a skip disc, but there's really not any reason. You could very easily go long. So 58-foot putt. I don't want to call that a gimme, but it's about as close to a gimme as you're going to get on that hole. So the rest of the layout is pretty standard stuff. Hole 5 here, so this is actually Kaho hole 5. I'm going to throw the Explorer because I usually throw the musket on this, and I just barely missed that tree. But with the 3 tailwind, that musket will most likely land in that pond back there. And so I figured having an Accurate Roll Explorer, the wind would kind of carry it a little longer and give me a putt at it, which it did from 38 feet. And then tricky hole as well, but this is one I know a lot of people go recoil or ballista. Just go musket. Like, worst case is you're going to leave yourself just short of the Mando there, and maybe you make it, maybe you don't, but if you miss that Mando, it's a 99% chance you're taking bogey. And I almost took bogey there, or a par there, by missing too high. So that's good result. All right, and this is the other hole where I'm going to use the Accurate Fade Pioneer. Again, it's nice. I even put a little turn on it, and it just dives so hard. Usually I'll actually use my Glide Skip Ballista and just power down to about 2/3 power and just let it skip right around the corner, but I figure I've got the Pioneer in the bag. Why not use it? Then this is I love par 4s. I don't know what it is. I mean, par 3s you can ace run, but whether it's Disc Golf Valley or real life, I like good par 4s. They don't have to be ridiculously long. Like this one I like because it requires a nice placement shot, which I use the musket. So this hole I actually use Accurate Windbreak Musket back to back, but it's just a nice placement shot. You're not crushing a driver, and you still have to make a good second shot. So these are my favorite type of holes. Yeah, real life I like, give me a good placement par 4 that's 600 feet, doesn't 500-600 feet, doesn't require, massive distance, but you can't just unload. All right, and then this one with a wind of 3, I would normally go recoil on this, but because of the 3 headwind, I'm actually going to use my Light Glide Ballista to try to creep a little further up and a little further right. And so I want to go towards the water, but not too far, and that was perfect. And so now I go Glide Skip Ballista, but even with that 3 wind, that's going to be a little challenging, so I have to put a little bit of hyzer on it. And right about here, what happens is there's a little hillside right there, and this one actually hit and stopped a little shorter than I wanted, and that happens more often than you think. And so I was hoping to get a putt, and unfortunately I had to throw in from 65, and I almost left it too high, but that worked out quite nicely. So that was the winning score for the day. Not too many other strokes out there unless you really want to grind. So 12 under, score of 19. So I was pretty happy with that one. And when I posted this, I was the first one to get the 19, but I think by the time it was done, there was about 12 or 13 or however many. So good round, got me the elite status, and only took about 15-20 minutes to get. So hopefully you enjoyed the little different layout with the commentary for the daily tournament. And I will be back soon with a Pro Tour video as well.